The views expressed in this video presentation are my opinions and not necessarily the opinions of guests and others sharing or reposting this video. The content is produced only for educational and informational purposes. Do not regard any statements in this video as a recommendation to buy or sell any financial instrument. Investing comes with risk to loss of principal. Always conduct your own research and seek guidance from a professional investment advisor. I am not a professional investment advisor. I'm Dollar Will. Let's talk about how to get some of this crypto money. Got a pretty interesting setup here for Bitcoin. Give me a second to get it together here. All right. So we're going to talk a little Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. I'm going to start with Bitcoin, but remember, during the rise, Ethereum was the most profitable. Okay, Ethereum. For everybody watching, keep in mind, I am principally an Elliott wave theory trader. Price action, that's the type of technical analysis that you see others using, where they tout that they don't use oscillators and that type of thing. That's baked into Elliott wave theory. I also practice candlestick theory, and I combine all these methods and teach them on Patreon. If you're interested, please, interested in learning in a group or one-on-one, click the link. It's very affordable. Keep in mind when you're looking at that Patreon rate that the going rate for these types of for this type of education is several $1,000s. It can be 10,000, 30,000. Usually, you can find courses for 2,000. So, but you're not going to find this quality that I offer you at this price. You're not going to find it anywhere. Okay, and it's not going to be this price for long. So you better get it. You better get it while it's here. All right. So also, if you like this information, please post this on your other social media. Post it on your Facebook, Instagram, your other social media. Please like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Now, what we have here is a zigzag looking pattern there. I'm not going to go too deep into Elliott wave theory here. That's for the Patreon. But this is a very common retrace or corrective structure. Of course, we call the down moves, corrections. Okay. It's a very common structure. I believe that this part of the down move is over. What do I mean by this part? There's some, how can I say this? After a correction, you end up going, back. Price resumes in the prior direction, okay, which is up. All right. We also have a higher low right here. All right. So uptrends make higher highs and higher lows. That's common sense, like walking up the steps. Downtrends make lower highs and lower lows, like walking down the steps. When the price went below here, that signaled a problem. Here, we would say that the price uptrend was still structurally intact, structurally sound. But if you look on my channel, I was warning about this area for a while. So check the receipts. And sure enough, it died. And we completed a typical Elliott wave theory pattern. And now the price structure is telling me that it's time for us to have an up move, a recovery of some of this loss. Now, the perma bulls would argue that after this corrective pattern, we go on to make new highs. I'm not going to say that that's impossible. I'm going to say it's highly illogical, or it's illogical to me. I'll tell you why. It's impractical also. Improbable, not impractical. I'm sorry, just waking up, folks. It's improbable. Improbable because look at this symbol. It says Bitcoin/USD. That's Bitcoin relative to US dollar. And the most important move in all of the financial markets right now is the move of that US dollar. The US dollar is running the show right now. Okay, in the world. Okay, in the world, it is whipping other currencies around. And remember, Bitcoin is a currency. It's called cryptocurrency, but the most important word in that phrase is currency, not crypto. Currency. Everybody's focusing on the crypto part of it. Don't forget, it's a currency. It's compared to the US dollar. And this chart you're looking at, the chart that we all see, that we routinely see of the price of Bitcoin, is the relative value of Bitcoin compared to the US dollar, or relative to the US dollar. Okay. And the dollar is king right now. It's raging hard up. Okay. So you can look at other videos I've done on this channel, and I should be it's time for me to do another update on that dollar. So because of that, the dollar doesn't go straight up. Nothing goes straight up. It's when the dollar has a pullback in that window, has its own minor correction, a counter trend move, meaning if the dollar's going up, it's going to have periods where it has a moment where it comes down a little bit and then continues going up to higher highs. In those counter trend moves, those little pullbacks, that in that window, cryptocurrencies have a moment where they can get a rise. And Bitcoin, just from looking at the structure and introducing some Elliott wave theory, or in my mind, I can't get it out of my mind. I know what typically happens after this structure. You get some degree of retrace. You at least, or it's common for the retrace of this decline to be 50%. And so this red line here is representing that. Now I place this, it's not exactly 50%. I'm introducing a little bit of price action theory. So price action suggests to me that this would be an area of price interest where we could get a rise and then it sell off. Okay. I'm looking at this high, that low, this little. These are all inflection points where the market has some directional change right in that area, and these inflection points coincide with the 50% retrace area of Bitcoin. So I think we can get a rise here. It's not going to go straight up. It's likely to zigzag, a little bit on the way up. We may come up to about here and like come up to this point, like this area. This would be an inflection point. Okay, this low, this high. We could get a push up to there, and then make that zigzag pattern, and then give back at least half of it, or about half of it. It could go more. It could give back more, but as long as it doesn't take that out. So I'm looking for us to get a push up to this area now, okay, and then a minor pullback, and then finish the run up to this area, and then die. And now that would be the bearish view. And I'm bearish because my opinion is, I would say, influenced by my opinion of cryptocurrency is being influenced by my opinion of what the US dollar chart looks like. So I can't put all that together to you. You have to watch the dollar video when I do that, and then I'll make reference to this cryptocurrency video. So we call that confluence. You have to. That's like correlation. So so there's a series of correlations. The dollar as it relates to the euro, Swiss franc, gold, different things. It's a complex of things. And crypto's not special. It's just another currency. That's all. And the dollar will have its way with crypto the same way it whips around the euro and the Swiss franc and other currencies. Okay. So I think that's what we got. I think we got a move coming. Initially, this magnet can be annoying, blessing and a curse. I think we got something like that run here, then a little pullback, and then run up some more. All right. This is a daily chart that we're looking at. And so let me take a look at Ethereum. Technical analysis is an umbrella term that includes many schools of thought, okay, under that umbrella. All right. And I just moved to Ethereum. Same thing. The symbol ETH/USD. We're looking at a price, daily chart of the relative value of Ethereum relative to the price of Ethereum relative to the US dollar. So dollar weakness helps Ethereum rise. Okay, and dollar strength can destroy the price, causing some price destruction, okay, of Ethereum. The Ethereum move up is ahead of Bitcoin. Bitcoin hasn't moved up quite this much. So remember what I said before. In the move up from the bottom, from way, let's go to a monthly. In this move way down here from the bowels, go to log mode. From way down here to the top, Ethereum was the most profitable, more than Bitcoin. Okay. So Ethereum is like, the leader to me. And I'll say, remember when I said uptrends make higher highs? This candle here, on the monthly chart. Now I'm going to go back to the daily, but I want to make this point because I see something technical that just jumped out at me. This high here is higher than this candle here. Remember I said uptrends make higher highs. Okay. Downtrends make lower highs. So we had a series of lower highs here. Every high was lower. Every low was lower. When it changes direction, the opposite happens, a higher high. So we're walking down the steps here, and we're walking up the steps. But I think that when we get to this area here, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem. But the price has been, this is a pretty serious beating. Pretty serious price destruction here. Let's see. Since this rise up, let's just talk in terms of April of 2020. Okay. We went from, let's call it roughly $100 up to 4,900. Okay, so that's a crazy move, and we've in this correction, more than 75% of that has been destroyed, given back. Okay, that's a pretty severe correction. So we're due for some type of retrace, just like Bitcoin. Now, the bulls will argue that we're going to go higher than this, and I'm not ruling that out, but I'm saying it's highly improbable. I think the best case scenario, or not best case, the most practical outcome is a run up to this area. Now, along the way, the price makes a certain move, as it makes a move, as it moves, it's going to reveal a structure, a form, a shape. So, and then Elliott wave theory will step in for me. Okay, and then that will give me an idea as to if my target area will hold or not, and if the bullish argument that we go higher than here, if that argument begins to look like a possibility, or no, I'm sorry, a probability. Okay, so if you're on that Patreon with me, you will count these ways and watch this structure as it goes. You'll learn how to do it because I posted several. I'm talking about several symbols. I mean, I'm not just talking crypto. I'm talking the stock market. I'm talking uh, gold and other things. But I'll, do make several um, chart updates of the major cryptocurrencies within a week. Okay, and then we have a big 3 hour, and typically a 3 hour deep dive every Sunday with I would say a panel of the top students. Okay, but you're welcome to come. If you join, and we go deep on stuff that marijuana, crypto, you name it, Tesla, gold, all of it. We go, we deep in it on all of it. So the stuff that we talk about in those deep dives, the rest of the market doesn't catch up to it. For it could be a week or two later, we're that far ahead, because what we do is we're watching the flow of money. We're watching money. This money did not just disappear. It didn't leave the market. It rotated to some other place. And what we do on those weekend deep dives, I teach the group how to survey the different asset classes and different sectors and industry groups to find where'd the money go. Okay, so let me get back to the daily. But yeah, this looks definitely like it wants to continue another thrust towards that 50% retrace area, which is right here. Okay, all right. So we'll see. So this is a good time. The good thing about technical analysis is that the great thing about it is when you have the misfortune of something like this happening, technical analysis can stop you from selling right at this point. One, it would have gotten you out way up in this area. You would have known that, okay, something's going on. Okay, you have to get in a group, learn the rules. And so once you would have gotten out in this area, and then you had this retrace here, and there's some warnings about this symbol, this structure right here, that when this price moved, they let us know that this was it, that this was about as much as you could expect before it would continue dying. Okay. And so you really only would have lost this small amount. Okay. And so now, waiting for this move to complete, you would likely get this back. And I don't trade individual crypto coins. I trade in the futures market. Okay. Because in the regular cryptocurrency market, you can't, it's difficult to short. I don't know, let me be more specific. It takes too long, as you crypto folks know, it takes too long to get in and out of a position to sell all your shares. And the if you're quote like in a day trading kind of mind, you need to get in and out. You need fast execution. You can't wait a half hour for a for the blockchain to clear your transaction. Okay, so the crypto space has matured to the point where the institutional money, meaning your large funded financial managers that move billions of dollars, they're in the space now. Okay, and the CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, they trade Bitcoin and Ethereum futures. Coinbase and other crypto brokers, they have perpetual contracts, futures contracts, meaning they don't have a expiration date. So that's a way how you can, if you want to day trade crypto, you really need to do it in the futures form. Okay, put it that way. Because when you press the button, you get in and out at a button push. If you're trying to trade the coins, it could take a while, as you know, to move in and out of from one coin to another. And the transaction fees are much higher when you're moving coins. It's much cheaper if you're just trading futures. So keep that in mind. So I'm not a hodler, and I don't think none of this stuff should be. Don't take none of this stuff to heart. It's just prices on the screen. Is Bitcoin going to be around forever? I don't know, and I don't care. Okay, even if it doesn't last, it's an opportunity to make some money from it now, and that's what your focus should be. We don't know if it's going to last or not. And like I said, you can make money on it whether it lasts or not. All right. So, but hodling is not the way. Hodling means hold on for dear life. If you never heard that term, crazy. That's absurd. Learn how to trade. There's a time to be in the market, and there's a time to be on the sideline. The technical analysis helps you understand that. All right. So what we got here is XRP. I'm not going to talk too much longer on this because this video has gone much longer than I wanted it to go anyway. This is a daily chart. This high was back in 2021, April 2021. We got a typical ABC pattern, okay, for 8 wave theory. I think it has bottomed also, just like Ethereum and Bitcoin, okay. I think this thing is about to also do a 50% retrace. Somewhere right in here looks pretty good. You got the actual 50% line in this case is here, but now I'm looking at these areas, the price action areas. I think that this is highly probable, okay, that we're going to get a pullback. And once we get back, so people that lost money in this decline and these corrections, you get about half of your money back, sometimes more. It could come here, it could come here, but I think it's going to come around this area. So you could get half your money back. All right. And technical analysis helps you do that. So if you got half your money back and that's all you lost, and then you moved on to something else and made, followed my channel and got clued into or joined the Patreon, especially, you really know, I would say you got to really join the Patreon. Like I said, we breaking this stuff down every week. We showing where opportunities are. The news will have you think everything declined. That's not true. That's not true. Okay. I worked in the news business for 30 years. Okay. So I know it's not true. Okay. Dog bites man, it's not news. Man bites dog is news. News by definition is a freak show. If you think the news is an accurate reflection of reality, then you're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a real serious problem understanding reality. You're gonna be paranoid thinking that you're gonna get robbed. Every day. You're gonna be a mess. You're gonna be a wreck. Okay. The news by definition is a freak show. Like what the oddities, the extremes. Okay. So it's a collection or report on the extremes, and it's like a distortion of reality, actually. So, so when there's quote blood in the streets and everything is falling, the news will focus on that. Okay, I'm not saying that should not be addressed, but I'm saying don't you accept that that's reality. Like I said, money doesn't just leave. It doesn't leave the markets. Money gets rotated. it gets rotated to some other asset class. So the whole deal is to learn to find where the money went, because a few things rising isn't newsworthy. A whole bunch of things declining, that looks dramatic. That's newsworthy. So to find out where the new trends are, that the new trends are starting, the young trends, the developing, the breakouts just before they happen or just after that initial breakout happens, it starts, the signals a new uptrend. The news isn't going to tell you about that. News is about what happens. So with those new developing trends, nothing noteworthy has happened yet. So they only tell you about it when the price looks like this. You want to know down in here so you can be a part of it. And when it gets up to here, then they talk about it on the news. But if you buy and exit based on when they talk about it on the news, you'll always be buying at the time when everybody else is selling. So you need to learn technical analysis. And if you don't join my camp, join somebody's camp. Okay. And don't be confused with all that fundamental analysis. Okay. Technical analysis is superior to fundamental analysis. If you get that part right, then you're going to be halfway there. Okay. That's the red pill truth. All right. So I'm gonna shut this down. Thank you. If you like the video, click like. And again, I need your support to help me kick this channel over 1,000 subscribers. Pass it to your best friend. You gotta have at least one or two. Let them get this good game. It's free on YouTube. And the more you get as subscribers, the more I see the views, the more I feel inclined to make more YouTube videos. But otherwise, I just serve the chart needs of my Patreon group. All right. Peace.